little bit of height edge in there for Frank Wells, and of course, the matching 1-0 record. We'll see who could go to 2-0. Let's take it over to Dr. David Sarnoff to get our official introduction.
Tonight, this bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the CFFC featherweight division. This bout has been brought to us by Direct Hemp, a better way to CBD. Now, standing to my right, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 145.4 pounds, fighting for BK MMA and Team Relentless, out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Tim Twilight Cuamba. Now standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 144.8 pounds, fighting for Henzo Gracie, New York, and the Institute, out of Union Beach, New Jersey, Frank Wells. Referee in charge of the action once the bell rings, Bill Bookwalter.
Still no pants for Dr. David Sarnoff.
Frank, you ready?
Cuamba in the black, Wells in the blue. Undefeated fighters.
Or you could say Cuamba with the Minoru Suzuki haircut, Wells with the Ben Askren haircut.
No doubt about it. Excellent references there, sir.
Thank you.
All right, new UFC Fight Pass original episodes are dropping this spring. Catch up on favorites like UFC Chronicles, Year of the Fighter, UFC Connected, Fight Lore, and more before the next wave hits UFC Fight Pass. Step into our world.
Cuamba just stepped into a chopping leg kick from Frank Wells. They call him Chopper, and I wonder if that's why.
Well done, sir.
Thank you. I tried.
First of 2 nights already performing at a peak level.
It's the coffee, ladies and gentlemen. It's the coffee.
Low kicks traded there. Cuamba sneaks a high kick up. It's blocked. Taking turns trading those shots right now. You see both men lie on the feet. Moving quickly. Right hand in there from Cuamba.
And Wells is switching stances already.
Nice chopping kick to the thigh there, but Cuamba answers back with a flurry of punches up top. Feints there, switching stances. Pulls back on the kick there. Shakes the hands out a little. Front kick up the middle. Cuamba answers right back. Patient, composed here early. Oh, right hand countered over the top of that low kick. Excellent shot there for Cuamba. Both men victorious in their professional debuts in the CFFC cage. Now Wells drives the action to the fence.
No real edge in the striking yet. See if either men can find a way to victory with the grappling. Cuamba's got Wells shoved up against the side of the cage.
Yeah, Wells working the wide stance there as he sprawls, digging for position. Cuamba kind of stalemate, looking to adjust here as they battle for hand position in tight. Thought about maybe a little drag there. Wells digs the left arm in underneath once again. A readjusting position. Cuamba ends up backing away after the stalemate. We reset in the center. Wells with the big low kick, but Cuamba immediately countering. Very quick with his counters. You touch me, I'm gonna touch you.
Well, that's definitely what you need to do when your opponent is landing naked low kicks. You know, the instant you get tagged, you need to fire back.
See, Wells did bring the kick up high there, as you do when you're throwing those low kicks, but you said it. The naked kicks can be dangerous when you don't set them up with the punches ahead of them. Oftentimes you can pay a price for that. So Wells a little bit risky in what he's doing now, but he has landed. You can see some damage. That left leg of Cuamba already showing a lot of redness just over the knee. There's another one right on the mark.
Wells now finding his range and his way here, edging out Cuamba in this first round. mostly with those leg kicks. And I wonder if the switching of stances is confusing Cuamba, or at least he can't get into a rhythm because he doesn't know where the attacks are coming from. And it's such a varied attack when you switch stances.
Yeah, it seems like he may have thrown off his rhythm a little bit early here. Obviously, those kicks to the legs doing some damage. Another big kick there from Chopper.
That one was to the body.
Back to the inside leg kick there. You see Cuamba now trying to shoot inside. Taking some elbows to the side of the head there.
Cuamba hit a nice right hand on the way in, but it's been all Wells.
Wells had to be careful with the elbows. Some of those look like they were dangerously close to the back of the head, but he landed a couple to the ear. You see Cuamba right now wants to get this fight to the ground.
I think Cuamba's haircut almost helps Wells, because as long as you're hitting the guy where there's no hair, you might be all right.
Laying out the target area for him. Final 10 seconds of this opening round.
What if they made all the fighters do that? You shave your head, so don't hit here and hit here. How about that?
I'm with it.
The fighters are lucky that I'm not in charge of any kind of athletic commission, because I have stupid ideas like that.
All right, round one in the books. Said Frank Wells. Chopper was doing a lot of work with chopping down those legs. A lot of big shots to the knee area. You can see the redness there. And Cuamba just had, like you said, a little bit of trouble getting going. I think maybe that switching his stances did throw off his rhythm a little bit, but he's got Dewey Cooper in his ear right now, helping him with the adjustments to make.
Putting a little bit of ice on that left lead leg of Cuamba.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea there. He definitely took some shots.
And you take a look at the leg kick right there from Wells. He's throwing such a varied attack. That one digs right to the body. It is a brilliant move. And Wells gives a little show like, ooh, I got you right in the tummy. Yes, I said tummy.
Round two set to get underway.
Round two, action.
Frank Wells in the blue there. Timmy Cuamba in the black. Undefeated featherweights here. First of 2 nights on Fight Pass, CFFC 94. See if Wells goes back to the legs. Definitely did some damage. You said put some ice on it in between rounds. That leg, right to the body again. And Cuamba caught that. And finally able to get Wells to the floor.
I really like Wells' varied leg attacks. You know, I mean, he's using his front leg to throw the teep up the middle to the body. He's scored with numerous leg kicks and some pretty heavy kicks to the body. But now he is underneath Cuamba. Cuamba has a chance to win back around here.
Yeah, top position early for Cuamba. Let's see what he can do with it. Right now, Wells being active off of his back, looking to roll, looking for options. Got that left foot tucked inside there. Maybe try to hit a sweep based off that, with Cuamba staying heavy to start. Tying up the arms a little bit as Wells underneath. Gets to a seated position and back to his feet. Excellent scramble there from Wells to get back to the feet. That's got to be a little frustrating for Cuamba as well. Got that takedown you've been looking for, and Wells basically kept your arms tied up and then was able to stand back up. Nice work from Frank Wells.
Yeah, I like his IQ. You know, a lot of fighters sometimes will be like, okay, I'm on the ground, we're just working submissions and I'm trying to attack, and he was defending very well, and he used his position, like you said, looked like he was maybe trying to set up a sweep if it was there. It wasn't there, and then he recognized he could stand up, so he stood up.
As soon as he gets there, he goes right back to that leg, and you can see the damage, the redness there on that left knee. Cuamba is able to catch a kick there, drive the action to the fence again. Let's see what he can do. Wasn't successful in this position in the opening round. Let's see if he can do anything with it now. He does look like he's in fairly deep on that. His hands are clasped. And there's the big elevation and slam to the ground. Excellent work there from Cuamba.
Nice high crotch lift by Cuamba. Dumps Frank Wells. It's funny, I was about to comment, I wasn't sure if he had a double or a single there, and then great camera work from everybody in the truck. They cut immediately to it and got the lift and the slam.
No question about it. This time a little bit more difficult for Wells as well, because he's up against the fence. The head is up against the cage a little bit, makes it a little bit more difficult. But look at that, great work from Wells. Got the knee shield, tried to get up. He's to a seated position. Excellent awareness of his position and what he needs to do there. But Cuamba maintaining top position for now.
Wells in a bad spot there. Cuamba almost reached through and grabbed the right wrist of Frank Wells, which would have put him in a very bad position.
Yep. Wells, of course, exposing the back there, but trying to break the wrist control away there. He turn inside. You can see him making the turn, but another big push to the ground there from Cuamba. Nice work and awareness there. Right as Wells was making the turn inside, was able to push him back to the floor. Great work from Cuamba.
Yeah, I'll score that as a takedown. I felt like it was almost going to be a mat return because Wells is so scrappy. Good round for Cuamba.
Yeah, no question about it. A lot of time in top position. Again, we're impressed by Wells' scrambling ability, his awareness of, you know, what he needs to do and how to move. But this has been a lot of time for Cuamba in top position.
Again, you see that far side pushed up against the cage. Cuamba keeps trying to reach for that right wrist. And you see him go for it right there. Wells wisely gets it into a better position. Cuamba on Wells' back now.
Drops back down to a knee, does Wells. Wants to prevent the hooks from coming in, of course. Trying to spin inside, wasn't quite able to do that. So now Cuamba once again on the back, controlling the body. Wells tries to turn inside once again, and Cuamba makes him pay for it. Excellent work there.
Watch how Cuamba's reaching for that right wrist, and you see that sneaky right hand of Cuamba trying to come up underneath.
Wells doing a good job here of not settling onto his back, turning to his hips. Tries to get to a seated position there. Now settle into butterfly guard.
Not the best guard you want when you're shoved up against the cage like that.
Briefly gets a little bit of push, a little bit of frustration from Wells. Obviously, he's been in this position a lot, but defending well. Cuamba finally going to just posture up and punch a little bit as we enter the final 10 seconds of round number 2. Much better round for Tim Cuamba here.
Yeah, great response from him.
And he's going to finish on top here in round number 2. Excellent work there from Cuamba. I mean, I like everything that Wells did there. It's just he nearly got free a couple times, and Cuamba made the adjustment at the right moment.
Yeah, small adjustments were the key for Timothy Cuamba in this round, and I can only assume that Dewey Cooper and that first break they had told them, like, it's not happening on the feet. Let's try to wrestle this guy. And now I think they found the key to victory. So now, how is Frank Wells going to respond in this third round? What are his coaches telling him right here? Like you said, he was doing all the right things, just small adjustments here and there. We'll take a look at what started this great round for Timothy Cuamba. More of a catch and a trip. And right here was the big takedown. This is what he wanted. And then he scored with some great ground and pound. And it was all Timothy Cuamba there on out.
No question about it. Third and final round here. Featherweights in the cage. I think it's even on the scorecards. Timothy Cuamba in the black. Frank Wells in the blue. Wells has had a lot of success on the feet. The low kicks were very dangerous. But Cuamba made him pay for it, right? I mean, it was catching that kick and taking it to the ground that kind of started everything. So we'll see how things play out here in round number 3. Who can make the adjustments once again. Caught the low kick, nearly got him off balance. I think Wells will do well to, I was going to say, to set it up. There he threw it out there again, and that allowed Cuamba to move inside on him.
Yeah, you beat me to it. You know, he's obviously won that first round predominantly with those leg kicks, but when you can see him coming, when you're not hiding them behind your punches, they get caught. And he narrowly avoided getting taken down here, but Timothy Cuamba's back in on a takedown, and he's relentless. You see that underhook of Frank Wells saved him from being taken down right here, but Cuamba is just not stopping.
No, relentless work there, adjusting.
From double to single, chain wrestling effortlessly. And you see Frank's got his hand trapped in there, and he needs to use that to lift and change the level of Cuamba, or Cuamba's going to change his level.
Slammed him to the ground there, sets up in top position. Cuamba on top. Wells does have the left leg inside there.
Timothy Wells corner, very happy with that short slicing elbow that Wells threw from the bottom right there. A little El Kukui style.
No question about it. Nasty little elbow in tight there, but you don't want to stay on your back here. I mean, that's what happened in round 2. And again, we give all credit to Frank Wells for the adjustments and the transitions that he was making, but just couldn't quite get free of Cuamba in round number 2. And here he is in a bad spot, kind of stuck up against the fence.
Yeah, Cuamba using great head position and leverage. Just, he's got his butt high up in the air, and he's using his head to just shove Frank Wells' head down into the mat, and it's debilitating. There's not a whole lot you can do there.
Hey guys, we're neutral here. I need action. We're neutral.
All right, Bill Bookwalter saying it's neutral. We want to see improvement. Frank Wells is trying to get free. I'm sure he wouldn't hate a stand-up right now, but Timothy Cuamba staying busy, letting go, firing some punches, posturing up, keeping the position there.
Yeah, it's Cuamba's job from this position to stay busy. Frank is not surviving, but his job is to stand up. There's not a lot he can do with pushed up against the cage. He can't throw a whole lot of submissions up there. He can't strike. He's in an awkward position, and he's doing all he can to wait for Cuamba and wait for an opening so he can stand up.
Yeah, and Bookwalter gave a second warning there for action. Cuamba flurried with punches, landed a couple good shots, but Wells blocked the body right there. He knew exactly what he was doing after that second warning. Wells said, I'm just going to grab hold.
Right. Smart strategy by Frank Wells again. To me, that says he has a high fight IQ because he's listening to the referee and he recognizes, well, I can't sweep this guy, I can't punch, I can't strike, I can't stand up, and he's not doing much to damage me. I need a way out, and his way out was hold on to him and get the referee to stand him up.
Nice work, especially like you said, after the second warning, he knew it was coming, so he just grabbed hold. We're back on the feet, under 2 minutes. I think the rounds, the score was even coming in, 1 round apiece. Cuamba's had a lot of time in top position here, but still a minute and a half for both fighters to work here. Cuamba showed some quick hands there, but Wells moving forward.
Yeah, does Frank Wells use this last 90 seconds to go back to his original game plan of the leg kicks and the body attacks? Or does he show a little bit of desperation, throw caution to the wind, and just try to look for openings and throw?
Cuamba had a couple of kicks blocked there. You see Wells kind of trying to cut off the cage, inching forward. Does land a kick to the body there. Wells trying to make something happen here. Final 60 seconds. A little bit of damage underneath the left eye there for Wells, but he's controlling the center. They both fire off some punches there. Cuamba still looks fairly light on his feet, moving pretty well, shifting laterally, staying out of the way of the advancing chopper.
.40 seconds left in this first round. Somebody's has got to go. This one might be a heartbreaker.
Left hand there from Cuamba scores. I think Wells has got to open up right now. 30 seconds left. If you're going to go, you got to go. Front kick to the body there. Nice combination from Cuamba. Wells wants to make something happen. He wants to turn this into a brawl here. Cuamba says, let's go. Whoa! High kick over the top as he hurt. Battles back to the feet. Cuamba looking for the takedown. Elbows here. What a finish to this fight.
Yeah, who won this fight? 8 seconds left to go.
Wells pounding away here as Cuamba just pressing inside, trying to keep the position here. Does get the takedown.
Time.
Oh, man, what a finish to that fight. And I tell you what, that is not easy for the judges to look at because, to me, Cuamba had a lot of offensive position, a lot of top control, and had some good shots on the feet as well.
Yep.
But that high kick clearly stunned them.
Did it stun him, or was he going in for a takedown and he was already, obviously I want to take a look at that. And of course, I'm sure we will in this replay coming up, but this is somebody's gonna get their heart broken here, unless it's a draw.
I agree.
And then everybody's gonna get their heart broken. This is the leg kick we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Wells is saying, come on. Oh yeah, he got him. Oh yeah. And that is the beauty of the benefit of the replays. I wasn't sure if it was a miss because of the level change, but no, he got all of that.
He did.
How do you score it?
To his credit, Cuamba made the adjustment. He hit the head on the opposite side of the body, pressed in for the takedown. I'd hate to think that one strike could change everything, but that was the most meaningful strike of the round by far. It was, the immediately impactful strike is the language that we're using, right? So, to me, I think think that's a Timothy Cuamba round, even with that high kick. But I do wonder if that being the most, I mean, really the most damage of the entire fight is enough to swing that over to Frank Wells. And as you said, somebody's going to get their heart broken here.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. I almost knocked you out with a head kick. Doesn't mean I knocked you out. So this is going to be an interesting decision. I do not envy the job of a referee or a judge, honestly.
Wells with his hand in the air. He feels like he got it. Cuamba says, I think I got it as well. The judges have rendered their scorecards. Just waiting to get Dr. David Sarnoff. He is in position now. He's got the scorecards. Let's take it over to Dr. David Sarnoff. Find out our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge Urso has the fight, 29-28. Judge Coldflesh has the fight, 29-28. And Judge Brogan has the fight, 29-28, for your winner by unanimous decision, out of the blue corner, Tim Twilight Cuamba.